Hello and welcome to another episode of the Chronicles of Sovik. Today is a very special day in terms of recording and this series because today is the first day we're going to enter the Shadowlands. We're not quite there yet. In fact, we actually haven't picked up any of the quests to go and do anything along the Shadowlands campaign. Apart from when I logged on, there was one you had to accept. So we're going to go through this in slow time, read through the quests properly, enjoy the lore, work our way through, and hopefully, you know, maybe this recording will be, say, 30-40 minutes long. We'll try and get to a point where we can kind of just stop and that'll be us. But before we can do any of that, let's finish our affairs, what we need to do back in Azeroth, more specifically emptying the mailbox. So let's just do that very, very quickly. Now I have been through this. Oh, there's a few expired in there. I have been through this and got rid of most of the bits and pieces. These have literally just expired. And everything you can see in the mailbox now is purely dual crafting. So the vast majority of it, comes no surprise to anyone watches this series, are the straddling sage agates, the straddling viridium, the occasional gem, and the rest of the stuff is low level rings and trinkets. And what you can see there, that 47,000 gold, is from the last recording, which I did about 2 days ago. So that's all dual crafting stuff, which is fantastic. So we'll grab all of that. Some of the prices have come down, especially on the straddling gems, but it is what it is. You know, get a bit of competition. I've still got, you can see in the bags there, I've still got another 119 of the straddling sage agates to get rid of. I've got about 5 on the auction house at the moment. I've got another 70 sage agates to turn into the straddling sage agates. But that's a different sort of kettle of fish. But that's where we are. So what did I do yesterday? Because I did the last recording a couple of days ago. It really was just a case of getting some stuff on the auction house, doing a little bit of mining, getting a little bit prepared, making sure the bags are as empty as possible. I have a lot of stuff on the auction house, various bits and pieces, which hopefully will sell, but we're not going to be there today. So that's that done. In fact, how much are we up to? 386,000. Sovik's ready. I'm pretty much ready. Let's get going. So the first thing you need to do to get into Shadowlands is come to Orgrim if you're the Horde, or Stormwind for the Alliance. And for me, I need to speak to this guy here called Naz. Much has happened in your absence, Warlock. Let me catch you up to speed. Tell me what happens. Okay, so we've got a cinematic.
Seize this power for herself. Instead, she has done the unthinkable. Now, she will come for them all. To finish what she started. And break all who opposed her. Azeroth together will be in her sights.
Okay, so that's a useful sort of cinematic for anyone that hasn't sort of watched any of this starting Shadowlands stuff. A lot of people have seen that already.
Blade has moved to Icecrown Citadel. My Death Gate will take us there.
Okay, so we need to follow High Lord Darian Grain over here. We're going to go and visit High Lord Bolger for Dragon, i.e. the former Lich King. So let's take the Death Gate.
Before
Okay.
her minions abducted key leaders, the Banshee Queen attacked Icecrown. She cut a path to the
So we know
frozen
what he's saying
throne
now, because we've seen
and
that
seized the
cinematic
helm of
previously,
domination.
and we obviously saw a
Look to
snapshot
the
of just
sky
them.
and you will see the results of her
If
actions.
we look up,
I have never
as we get
beheld
on
anything
the,
like
this bit, you can see that the
Shattering
sky
the
is
helm
shattered up
also
there.
freed Bolvar Foredragon from the burden of being the Lich King. Bolvar believes he knows where the Banshee has taken those she abducted. He awaits you at the Frozen Throne. The leaders of the Alliance and
Okay, so the
Horde
first
are
part
gathered with him.
is we need to take the teleport to the Frozen Throne. Just need to stand on that, and that's us up to the Frozen Throne up here. Anyone that's ever done ICC and killed a Lich King, you'll know this bit.
The peace remains tenuous.
So we need to go and speak to Bolvar.
We stand
Our people
together.
need
It is good that you've
stability.
arrived. We need
Alliance
heroes like
and
you in
Horde
this
alike.
dire
We
hour. So
cannot
we start
risk
getting some
sending
experience,
Azeroth's
which
leaders
is
on what might
great.
well be a
Through the
suicide
Shattered
mission.
Sky. When Sylvanas
Our
shattered the
friends
helm
who were
of Dominion,
abducted would
her
offer the
domination,
same
she was
counsel.
touched by the power it released. I can sense the echoes of that power, and I know where she has gone. If you wish to rescue your leaders, the Shattered Helm can open a path. It cannot bring you back, however. That you must do on your own. The risk is great, Sovik, but there is no other way. We will begin the ritual at once. So the quest objective is to complete the ritual at the Frozen Throne to open the rift into the Maw. And again, we start picking the experience up, which is fantastic. So we need to hear Bolvar's instructions, which I believe takes a little bit of time.
Through the veil between our world and the Shadowlands. During my vigil upon the Frozen Throne, I caught fleeting glimpses into the realms of death. Among them, I saw a place of
While we're waiting for that, let's bring out
inescapable
Voidwalker, because we are going to be doing
darkness.
some proper questing.
That is where you must go if you are to
Let's bring
see
out Nurgle the Murloc.
Sylvanas has taken.
He's obviously going to come along as well.
Together, we can open the way. Place the shards of domination.
Okay, so the first thing you need to do is around this pillar of light in the middle, there's some of these shards of domination. So you have to grab one of these, and you have to walk incredibly slowly, because you can't speed up or do anything else. It just makes you walk really slowly to the 4 points around this pillow. So this is place shard 1,
I could sense
and there's nothing you
a
can do
dark
until you can
presence
see you
on
can
the
click on it,
edge of my consciousness.
jog back
Not
again,
I,
grab the second shard.
not Ner'zhul. Something. I dare not travel with you. Even free of the helm, I fear I would become bound to the will of its true master. But this threat cannot be left unchecked. Therefore, you
Rid of that one.
must venture where I cannot. The danger.
So anyone that hasn't sort of figured it out yet, although you probably figured it out before I did, these shards are actually like they're part of the former Lich King's helmet. And that's what we're putting around this area
of
here.
the Ebon Blade shall lend you their strength. Darian Mograine has volunteered to
And
fight
they grab
at
the
your
4th shard.
side. Living mortals were never intended to cross beyond the veil. Where you are going, you may be unable to return.
And then
But
place
there
it.
is no other course.
Okay, once you've done all of that,
Comes to
you
claim
then click
Azeroth.
on the piece in the middle to complete the ritual. You get a nice light show and fireworks out. And you can see this black pool in the middle that seems to be sucking everybody in
Find
there.
those who were taken and bring them home.
Rescue the others. The Banshee is mine to kill.
Tyrande, don't do this!
Por Ilisan Villanor!
We cannot lose you
And there we go. So,
to the darkness.
that's the very first, I believe, World of Warcraft Shadowlands sort of introduction screen. And there's Sovik landing in the Shadowlands. Gets his weapon out. He looks ready. Okay, so here we are. So we bring the map up.
You made it to
We
the rift.
are in
Good.
the mall.
I doubt
So we are up
this
in this
mission
top
could
left
succeed
corner up
without
here.
you.
I mean, we can't actually see where we are
No
on
sign
this.
yet of the High
So this is where you
Priestess.
start.
Perhaps she charged ahead.
So again,
into
let's
the
go and speak
chaos.
to Darian Morgraine. Not the most ideal of rivals, but at least we're still in one piece. I've not seen any sign of Tyrande. Either she landed elsewhere or continued on without us. We should keep an eye out. So let's complete that. So we get 2 available quests here. The Fractured Blade. The chaotic energies of this place have shattered the Ebon Blade. I don't think Azeroth's blessings will reach you here, Warlock. We will need allies if we are to survive this place. We should find them quickly before they are overcome. Rally 10 Knights of the Ebon Blade in the Crucible of the Damned. And for that we get the spell cast upon us, which looks like it is almost like the old Garrison ability, where you know you got a special ability on cooldown. So let's accept that. And we've also got more Sworn Menace. Our knights are strong, but they don't stand much chance scattered against such an opponent. We need to thin the ranks of our foe. The Ebon Blade won't do us any good if they are cut down. So we need to defeat 8 more sworn enemies in the Crucible of the Damned for 7,700 experience. So let's get going. Okay, so these guys here are the knights. The ones in yellow, so you just have to click on them. That's that done. Obviously the more sworn guards, the hostile ones. So anyone who's new to the game, it's not overly complicated what you kind of really need to do. I think we rallied that guy just by killing him. So this more sworn Soul Render has got 3 knights. If we kill him, yeah, we're making short work of him. Okay, so we didn't rally these guys. We've actually got some lightless silk on him. Now, if we click on this item,
we will not be far behind.
it says the min buyout is 108 gold. Again, my top tip would be, at this stage of affairs, do we need, is this one of the ones we need killed? Yeah. TSM and some of the prices might be a little bit iffy, because prices are going to be all over the place. There's no historic sort of prices, people don't really know what this thing's for. So just be very cautious about not selling things too cheap down here. Okay, so that's another more Sworn Force done. Here is another Death Knight. Let's rally that fellow. There's another more Sworn Guard. Again, the beauty with the Affliction Warlock is because I can do an instant cast or put a dot on an enemy, I can quickly just tag someone even if someone else is killing them already. So we got some gold from that one. Again, as soon as they're within range, I can start putting on their Agony and Corruption. That's 5 of 8. Got some more Lifeless Silk. Lifeless Silk from that one as well. Which again is no use to me whatsoever. I'm not a tailor. Some more gold there. Let's kill this one. So that's 7 of 8. So what do we need now? We need one more enemy, and we need, let's just tag him, which we've done. Let's release this Death Knight, which we've done. And there we go. That's everything done. Let's keep the body first. Let's press him. We've just got some silver. Okay, so a Fractured Blade. We've been in this place at mere moments, and we've already had forces are depleted. It will have to do. Take this horn. It can be used to call upon the remaining Ebon Blade forces to rally against your foes. So the following will be cast upon you, Ebon Clarion. Here we go. So what's it do? It's got a 1.2 second cast, 3 minutes, it's a very long cooldown, 3 minute cooldown, summons Ebon Blade reinforcements to attack your current target. And then more Sworn Menace. Our enemy is relentless, but we will continue to drive them back. Stay vigilant, Warlock. 7,700 points for that one. Now the quest which we have got is behind us over here. And this is Willona Fawn.
We press on.
Ruiner's End. One of the larger fiends has several of our knights engaged. Hurry to their aid, lest we lose more of our dwindling forces. Go, it is too late for me. So we need to defeat Ruiner Maroth in the Crucible of the Damned.
Ashes.
Let's accept that.
We will have our revenge.
So again, if you look at the map, we kind of got to run over this bridge, do a bit of a hook to the left or hook to the right, then to the left, and that's us done. Now you can't mount up in this area. If you try and mount, it says your mount ignores your calls within the moor. So I'm afraid we're on foot. Okay, there's some bodies over here. Looks like I can mine. That's interesting. Let's give that a go. Okay, just picking up junk from this anyway. Okay, so here's Ruiner Maroth, who's one of the mini bosses. Let's give him a warm welcome. Again, as expected, like, you know, for the open sequence into the expansion, nothing is really going to be too testing. You know, they're not going to throw something at you; it's just going to pull you straight away. And that's him dealt with. 300 experience of killing him. We've got some shrouded cloth, which looks like the bulk standard linen cloth, which is going for 29 gold at the moment.
Let's get moving before
Let's try and mine this creature here. Again, more just junk from him. You can't mount up. And that's a case of just following this mob, I believe. Yeah, so we now got Regroup Wimmergrain, which is up over here. Right, down these steps. And we have got a quartermaster here. What does she sell? Some food and some drinks. So if you need any food, or effectively sort of mana, water, you can grab that from her, as well as doing any repairs that you need, which is useful to know. And here we are. Ruiner's End. I am loath to leave some of our knights behind, but it is obvious we cannot stand against such foes. We must make sure their sacrifices are not in vain. So we get our 7,700 experience of that. Fear to tread. It appears we've escaped our enemy's notice for the moment. We should take the opportunity to scout the nearby area for signs of our allies. We will draw less attention alone. The Ebon Blade will hold back, awaiting my signal. Come, let us see what awaits us in this hellscape. So we need to scout Kalkis for any signs of our allies. So let's accept that. Just the one quest here at the moment. And it looks like we need to kind of head round in this direction. Again, if you're not sure, just follow the little yellow diamond.
Looks like the work of our friend, the Lord Admiral. The conflict seems to
we found the first clue, which is around there.
We should follow the trail before it grows.
I'll run over this bit. So again, if I show you where we are on the map, sort of in the Crucible of the Damned, or there or thereabouts. So we head down this bit. You can see the yellow diamonds just down here on the left. Here's a big old fella. Okay, let's try and get in this bit.
More of Lady Proudmoore's hand.
Okay, so that's the second clue found. Now we need the third clue. So it's like it's straight ahead.
Let's move along.
We can probably just skip past this big guy and run towards the middle here, which looks where it is. And that's the third clue found. Okay, so now we need to find Jaina, who looks like I can see her straight ahead.
What's that up ahead? Up ahead! It's Lady Proudmoore.
And there's Jaina up there, so we go and find her.
Looks like we've
That's that one done. Fair to tread, so let's hand that in.
Signal
Praise the light. I'd almost given up hope. Jaina looks upon the Ebon Blade Knights. Is this all that remains of your forces? So we get our experience. On blackened wings. It's a relief to see friendly faces again, but we have little time for pleasantries. Thrall is wounded and we have been hunted by the denizens of this realm. We must seek shelter at once. Come, I believe I know of a place, so we need to assist Jaina in escaping the Morsworn in Kalkis.
I know.
So let's
what must
escape.
be done. I
Accept
can't
that.
stay here. Can you walk, Thrall?
I will manage.
Thrall's decided he's going to man up for a little bit, and he's going to try and walk, which is good. Don't fancy carrying the fella.
They found us. Be ready.
Okay, so we've got another cinematic,
Struggle all you
which I actually haven't seen this one.
You cannot escape your fate.
Looks like it's going to be a little boss battle. Tari Esh. Okay, so So on this one, on Black and Wings, we now need to kill 6 more Sworn Harbrings. Not that we actually got a quest to tell us what we need to do, it's just appeared on the right hand side. Attack some of these ones before they're almost dead. Again, so if you're doing this by yourself, see if there's any other folk questing at the same time. If you can get some tags in some of the mobs or help each other out, it's certainly going to make things a lot easier.
I'm getting us out of here.
Reduce drain life on him. This isn't overly difficult. You know, I'm not doing most of the work here. Okay, and I've just been teleported. Interestingly enough, over into this area. I didn't do anything myself.
Hurry.
So let's go and speak to Jaina. Those images will keep our foes distracted for a time, but they will not give up their pursuit so easily. We must make haste. So again, 7,700 experience. A flight from darkness. There's a cave not far from here. If we hurry, we can seek refuge. Those fiends will give chase if they spot us. Be prepared for a fight. So the quest objective here is to escort the assembled forces from Chronicles to the Forlorn Respite. 7,700 experience. On your mark, we will break for the cave nearby. Are you ready? We are ready. Okay, so
just around the bend.
it's one of these ones where she looks like maybe she's got a spell around us. She's keeping us hidden. So as long as we stay fairly close to Jaina, we should be good. Now we did one of these not that long ago when we did the breaking out with the BFA. Sorry, the stop the BFA, and our void walk going through the Stormwind extraction kept getting spotted by the guards. So I just need to keep an eye on them. If you're a hunter, keep an eye on what pets you've got to make sure that they don't suddenly disappear out of the bubble. But so far so good.
So much
got
for
some more shrouded cloth.
Let's hurry.
What did Thrawn mean by
So you do get some of these little mini AoE spells around you.
Indeed.
So just be cautious of that.
Free countless times.
You see that one just appeared underneath me there.
I've hidden inside this cave before. We can't stay long, but it should buy us a little time.
Another ambush. Bring them down.
Again, nothing too exciting about the tactic here. I'm just trying to get a dot on everybody so I can get the loot. Nothing other than gold here.
Did you see any sign of the Night Lord?
Yolanda, here. No, I have not.
She leapt into the rift just ahead of us. She vowed to find
Okay, let's just discover the plains of torment.
at any cost.
That is troubling. An ancient ritual infused her with incredible power. I fear it may be growing beyond her ability to contain it.
Your cell awaits, mage. The jailer has plans for you.
Who's this?
I've had
Oh,
enough
this is his
of your
Tarish we
cages,
saw in the
fiend.
previous
There is
cinematic.
nowhere to run.
Okay,
Nothing escapes the law.
no real shock that we need to fight this creature. So keep the dots on. Easy function.
These allies of yours are insignificant. You will all end up in chains.
No problem so far. So this Tarish is down to about 75%, or a lot less than 75% as health, and our health bar hasn't moved once, so
It is useless.
no problems there.
To resist.
In here.
And that's us into a cave called Forlorn Respite.
We should be safe enough here for the moment. When you first arrived, I wasn't sure if you were even real, or if you were just another illusion meant to torment us. I was beginning to lose
Okay, so we've
hope
got another
where I'd see
vendor here,
anyone from our
Quartermaster
world again.
Ram, who sells general goods and repairs. If you click on him, exactly the same stuff as what the other guy or girl had. So we'll leave that at the moment. We've not actually picked anything up yet other than cloth. Okay, let's speak to Lady Jaina Primor and hand this quest in. The flight from darkness. Rest here while you can, Sovik. I will tell you what I know. So we get 7,700 experience. A moment's respite. Anduin insisted that our allies would come for us. I confess I've begun to doubt him. I'm sure you have many questions. I'll do what I can to provide answers, but I'm afraid even after. What has it been? Weeks? Longer? Time loses all meaning in a place of such darkness. Forgive me, let me tell you what little I can. So we need to speak with Jaina in Forlorn Respite to learn what she knows about the Maw.
We all have our ghosts.
Okay. Tell me about this place.
The Alliance will in very well. Where to begin? Denizens call this realm the Maw. From what I have gathered, it was intended as a prison for the most foul, irredeemable souls that ever existed.
Something has changed. Pure, noble souls are being held captive here as well. They cry out in torment.
Indeed. And one of their tormentors, and ours, is Sylvanas.
It looks like we found where Sylvanas is.
It seems she has made a powerful ally. The Shades whisper of someone called...
Okay, tell me more of the Jailer.
The Jailer rules this realm. We know little about him, but it's clear he has taken a special interest in us. He has personally overseen our treatment here.
We have endured countless torments. At times, it felt as if we were being tested. Though for what purpose, I cannot say.
Whatever this Jailer and the Banshee are planning, it won't end well.
And
for any of us.
What about the others who were taken?
What must be done. I caught glimpses of Bane and Anduin during my attempts to break free. They live. That's all I know for certain. But I have found no means of leaving the Maw. I can only manage to teleport short distances. This nightmare feels inescapable.
Countless souls are now pouring into this realm. Some have been here for untold ages. Perhaps one of them knows a way out.
I can scarcely imagine the horrors such spirits have endured. I fear there's nothing left of them to save. They manifest as malevolent shades that wander the darkness. I doubt they'd willingly help us.
Knights of the Ebon Blade have ways to compel the dead to speak. If we seize one of them, we can extract its secrets.
Okay, so that's a fairly lengthy piece of dialogue there. We didn't really do too much other than get some more information about what's actually going on.
What would you ask the daughter of
So let's complete that. I need time to recover after that battle. Thrall could use rest too. Maybe while we rest, perhaps you and Mograine can seek answers. So let's complete the quests.
The Alliance will endure.
And then we have a quest here from High Lord Darian Mograine. Field Seance. If these souls have information we need, we will take it from them. Even after being shattered by the Banshee, the helm fragment given to you by Bolver holds the power of domination. With it, we should be able to take control of the spirits long enough to find out what they know. They will need to be sufficiently weakened before we can break them. I'm confident you are more than capable of that task. So the quest objective is to use the Shattered Helm of Domination to command 5 Malice Shadows in the Plains of Torment. So let's accept that. And that is it. So that's the quest we've got to do now. I think what I'm going to do, because we're half an hour into this recording, and it's been a good sort of chunk of the opening storyline, so I'll draw a pause there. And then I'll continue this in the second part of the recording. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Reading through the quests, and next video we will continue this and look to try and escape for more. But until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.